doubled down on his campaign promise to bring violence interrupters to New Yorkers through a new city agency he wants to create. And Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa wrote in part, quote, "I'm the only candidate with the courage to restore law and order in New York City."
That's Fox's CB Cotton reporting. And the NYPD says an off-duty police officer was outside a residential building Sunday when he was approached by two individuals on mopeds, one of those people brandishing a firearm. The officer fired multiple shots at them, killing the gunman. The other fled the scene on the moped. And it started as California Governor Gavin Newsom's response to a plan by Texas Republican House members to flip 5 Democratic districts Republican. And now he says no matter what happens, California will move ahead with a plan to turn 5 red districts in his state blue.
This week, California lawmakers are expected to approve new proposed congressional maps for voters to then approve in a special election this November. California Democrats say they've launched this campaign to counter the ongoing effort by President Donald Trump and Texas Republicans to create up to 5 GOP-friendly congressional seats in the Lone Star State. It's part of a bigger effort by Republicans to keep the House majority during the midterms next year. They have a razor-thin majority right now.
That is Fox's Christina Coleman in Los Angeles. I'm Sue Guzman. This is Fox News.
It's Bubba back at KFC. Get ready for the return of a crowd favorite. KFC Korean hot wings and KFC fried chicken are back. Glazed in authentic Korean sauce, sweet, spicy, and bursting with bold flavor you won't forget. Crispy, juicy, legendary. Only at KFC. Order now at KFC dine-in, drive-thru, takeout, or delivery. Because when it comes to flavor, nobody does it like KFC. KFC Korean chicken, finger licking good.
Boss, I got run over by a forklift.
Boss, I crashed the company truck.
What do we do? Our warehouse and inventory are gone.
Hi, this is Dave Silva from AB Risk Solutions, and it's time for Risk 101. Everything you just heard are examples of risk your businesses can face. Our job is to ask the hard what-if questions and teach you how to reduce your exposures and help you recover if things go sideways. We've got decades of experience in Micronesia working with businesses big and small. Call AB Risk Solutions today at 777-2668 for a free inspection and quote.
AB Risk Solutions, formerly known as Aon.
At Guam Regional Medical City's Cancer Center, your care is our priority. We provide comprehensive treatment services tailored to your needs with compassionate support every step of the way. Our expert team specializes in hematology and oncology, delivers advanced radiation therapy, and offers personalized chemotherapy infusions in a comfortable setting. We also provide effective pain management and a full range of outpatient infusion services, including blood and iron transfusions. We're here for you, supporting your entire journey right here at home. Guam Regional Medical City, comprehensive cancer care close to home.
Chee-hoo! Tamua is coming back to Guam. The UOG Endowment Foundation and Guam Comedy present the return of the comedy sensation Tamua with his hit Chee-hoo Tour. One night only, Saturday, November 1st at the UOG Cavill Fieldhouse. Tickets are going fast at guamtime.net, so don't wait. Get ready to laugh, celebrate, and shout Chee-hoo!
It is 1,800 hours and 7 minutes. Time for Veterans with Benefits with your hosts, Anthony Tyrone and Corinna Ballista.
Half a day. Welcome back to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. You can call into 671-888-TALK. As always, want to thank our sponsors, Ambrose Inc., Hubzibah Family Medical Clinic, American Legion Post 1, Steak Day every second Saturday of the week, JTC Services, a veteran-owned small business company, 11Z's, their coffee shop right behind the radio show. Oh, there's no sticker on mine. But anyways, I had a red raspberry tea, and their tuna melt, guys, is so yummy. And they offer a 11% discount for military and veterans.
Mr. Verge gave me a iced Americano under his advisement, and it's pretty good. Oh. So we wanted to say hi to Mr. Verge. He's usually behind the scenes, and we told him we're going to mention his name instead of Grace today.
Be nice to Grace.
Thanks, Mr. Verge.
Then the Most Services with Rob Jackson, Master Blasters for all your blasting needs, HMI, the veteran nonprofit organization, and Domino's.
Thank you, Dane. I still need to see you.
What is the thing? The tagline for Domino's? No one knows like Domino's. Did I get that right?
Oh, I don't know. You better make sure you get it right.
I'm still on avoid the Noid.
Really? And then Tatlu Eats offering a discount for veterans and military.
Miss Stacey's over there, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we need to go talk to them.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another place we can go.
I know, we're just so busy.
Are you?
Yes, we are.
Oh, gosh.
And then Veteran of the Week is retired Tech Sergeant Joey Almaguera.
Oh, wow.
Joey Almaguera is a United States Air Force Technical Sergeant who served in active duty with Air National Guard of the Guam Air National Guard. Honorably released upon completion of service. He distinguished himself in multiple specialties, notably AFSC 2T371 vehicle maintenance and a services craftsman, AFSC 3 Foxtrot 171. Throughout his service during the global war and terrorism era, he supported missions at home and abroad and earned multiple decorations, including, but not limited to, the Air and Space Commendation Medal, Air and Space Achievement Medal, Global War and Terrorism Expeditionary Medal with Service Star, Global War and Terrorism Service Medal, Korean Service Defense Medal, Armed Forces Reserve Medal with the M Device Humanitarian Service Medal, Air and Space Overseas Ribbon, Air and Space Training Ribbon, and other unit and longevity awards reflected on his record. He completed required professional training and assignment to support logistics and installation readiness functions, contributing to safe mission-ready vehicle fleets and quality of life services for airmen. Known for his technical expertise, reliability, and team leadership at the NCO officer level. He consistently advanced unit readiness and Air Force standards. Following his honorable release from active duty, he continues to embody the Air Force core values: integrity first, service before self, excellence in all we do, and remains committed to serving the community and fellow veterans. Please welcome Joey Almaguera, U.S. Air Force Technical Sergeant retired, who served with the Air Guard as Veteran of the Week.
Yay, congratulations.
Yes.
Isn't he one of the basketball superstars from years ago?
Maybe. I don't know. Is he?
I think so.
Okay.
Well,
you know him.
He's kind of tall, huh?
He was tall.
So maybe he's a basketball player.
Maybe.
All right.
Well, congratulations, Joey
Yes.
Almaguera.
Yes, Joey, please go get your pizza. If you don't get it, I will get it.
And Joey, send me a message because I'll send a message to Dean to verify location of pickup of your pizza.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dane, for that free pizza. And Joey, go get that.
Yes. And then next, you are going to share tip of the week. So like I always say, Anthony and I are a part of the veteran nonprofit organization, HMI, and we deal with veterans every day. So we always want to address the questions that they have on air. Take it away.
All right. A walkthrough of what Veterans Benefits Administration, VBA, does and how it runs the major benefits you are entitled to. What VBA is and isn't. VBA is one of the VA's three major branches. It delivers non-healthcare benefits, money, education, home loan guarantee, etc. It is separate from VHA, which is the hospitals and clinics, and NCA, which is the national cemeteries. How VBA processes claims and payments, the common backbone. Apply and intake is number one. You submit an application, for example, a VA Form 21526EZ for disability and 21 Papa-527EZ for pension, GI Bill application online, or a COE request for home loan. VBA creates your claim, uploads documents, and confirms your representative, VSO/an attorney/agent, if any. Evidence gathering and duty to assist. VBA requests service treatment records, personnel records, federal, private medical records, and accepts anything you upload, DBQs, buddy statements. If needed, VBA schedules CMP exams and orders VA opinions. Number three, review and decision. A rater reviews the file, applies the law, Title 38, VA regulations, and issues a rating or a decision explaining what was granted or denied and why. Number 4, notification and payment. You get a decision letter if granted. VBA establishes the award in its payment system and issues monthly benefits and any retroactive pay when applicable. Number 5, disagreeing with a decision. Appeals Modernization Act. You can choose one of 3 review lanes: supplemental claim, new and relevant evidence, higher level review, senior reviewer, no new evidence, or the board appeal to Board of Veterans Appeals. You can change lanes after a new decision if you still disagree. Disability compensation, tax-free payments for service-connected conditions. What it is: monthly tax-free compensation for disabilities caused or aggravated by service. How VBA adjudicates. Service connection theory. Direct, secondary, aggravated, or presumptive. For example, certain exposures. CMP exams, medical opinions used to determine nexus and severity. Rating percentage assigned under the Schedule of Rating Disabilities, 38 CFR Part 4. Extras, special monthly compensation, otherwise known as a SMC, temporary 100% after hospitalization or surgery. TDIU, paid at 100% when service-connected disabilities prevent substantially gainful employment. What you do: file 21-526EZ, submit evidence like medical records, DBQs, lay or buddy statements. Keep contact info current for exams and letters. Veterans and Survivors Pension Needs-Based. What it is: income-based benefit for wartime veterans and survivors with limited income, net worth, and qualifying disability or age. How VBA adjudicates. Confirms wartime service, income or net worth, dependents, and medical status. Calculates countable income and applies exclusions, example, certain unreimbursed medical expenses. Determines entitlements to aid and attendance or housebound add-ons when applicable. What do? You file a 21P-527EZ for veterans or 21P-534EZ for survivors. Submit financial and medical evidence, report major changes, income, and dependents. Education benefits, GI Bill, and more. What it is: tuition, fees, monthly housing allowance, and book stipends under programs like Post 9/11 GI Bill, Montgomery GI Bill, and others. How VBA administers. You apply for a certificate of eligibility, COE, your school certifying official, SCO, submits your enrollment to VA. VA pays tuition fees directly to the school for post 9/11, issues your housing, books, stipends to you, and adjusts payments if your enrollment changes. VBA also manages Yellow Ribbon, school VA cost sharing, overpayment, tuition, debt handling, and delimiting dates, entitlements tracking. What you do: apply online, provide a COE to your SCO, maintain enrollment status, credit load, modality, and promptly report changes. Home loan guarantee, VA home loans. What it is: VBA's loan guarantee service doesn't lend money, it guarantees a portion of a loan made by private lenders. This reduces risk to the lender and lets eligible veterans get favorable terms, often no down payment, no PMI. How administration works. Eligibility and COE. VBA issues a COE showing entitlement and funding fee status. Lender underwriting. Private lenders underwrite using VA standards, residual income, debt to income ratio, and their own overlays. VA appraisal and MPRs. VA assigns licensed appraisers to confirm value and that the home meets minimum property requirements, safety, soundness, and sanitation. Close and guarantee. You close with the lender, VBA records the guarantee. Refinances. VBA authorizes IRRRL, streamline, and cash out refis under VA rules. Key points. Funding fee. Maybe finance certain veterans. Example, those receiving service-connected compensation are exempt. Property must be the primary residence and meet occupancy rules. Issues with valuation go through Tidewater reconsideration of value processes. How veterans interact with VBA, practical tips. Apply and track on va.gov or by mail or in person. Keep copies of DD-214 service treatment records, private medical records, and any DBQs. Respond quickly to evidence or exam requested to keep your claim moving. If you disagree with a decision, pick the review lane that best fits what you have. No new evidence versus legal error versus board review. And that is our tip of the week.
So that's good information.
Is
Tip
it?
of the week. Yes,
Oh,
because
gosh.
that is all the things that the office that Congressman Moylan would like to bring to Guam. So a lot of veterans are complaining, oh, we're going to lose medical in the Philippines. That's not the case because we keep telling people the VA is made up of 3 administrations: Veteran Benefit Administration, Veteran Health Administration, and Veteran Cemetery Administration. So the office that he would like to relocate here is the Veteran Benefit Administration. So all the things you just discussed, VA home loans, education, our claims, that's what that office is that will come here.
Yes, and that could help with, our veterans getting access to information and the things that they need through that office, I imagine.
Hopefully, because if you go to the Hawaii office, because they have one there at Tripler, at the E-wing, you can't talk to someone who's touching your claim. You can only talk to front-facing people who will just say, "Turn this paper in." That's all they would say.
Wow.
So hopefully it's not a repeat of the Teaden office. And
Now, did veterans get treated to something last week similar to what this is talking about?
they did, but before we go there,
Yes.
did you want to say hello?
Yes, I wanted to say hello to Knox and Aaliyah and to my mom.
All right. So let's just do a recap of last week. Last week we had Dr. K on about the
yes.
low dose radiation therapy.
Yes.
And I hope a lot of veterans and civilians took advantage of that because he will do your consult for free and he takes most insurances.
That's right, and he's one more addition to what we do to help our veterans pursue their claims, and having the man, I keep trying to get into the symposium. Was he at your symposium?
Not yet. We're not
okay,
there
not
yet.
yet. Oh my
Not yet,
gosh,
not
it's
yet.
like, we can't talk about it yet. Okay.
No, because
but
we-
Dr. K was here, and he's talking about doing some low-dose radiation to hopefully regenerate some of the cartilage that might be having, causing inflammation, and by reducing that and having it regenerate, I think it reduces inflammation and makes the veterans feel better.
Yes. So if you guys want to watch the replay, you can watch it on YouTube.
That's right.
You can watch it right here on Facebook, on the Points Facebook, and all of the shows are on here. Ray's show is on here. So if you want to rewatch it, you just have to go on Facebook and scroll to the last live. Did you have something to say, Jose?
No, just that on Facebook, search for The Point. I think thepoint.gu, and on YouTube you want to search for HMI Guam.
Okay, HMI Guam.
Your YouTube channel is yours. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Your acronym.
Yes. So now we can get to, yay, the symposium. I'll let while Jose is pulling up the photos, I'll say hello to all of the people online, and let me just read some of the comments.
All right.
So Ken Paulino says, HMI, awesome team. Bill Salisbury, one of the founders of HMI. Hafaday.
What's up, Pari?
Hafaday Bali, Biba HMI? Maybe he meant Pari.
Yeah.
Oh, he says Hafaday from Bali.
Oh, who says
He's
that?
in Bill Salisbury. He says he's in Bali.
Is he able to say that on the radio?
He wants to know if you're able to say that. And then Jean Flores, good evening, veterans and HMI organization.
Hafaday Jean.
Then we have Ken Paulino, good evening, HMI, awesome job. Keep up. You're awesome to the people and veterans helping. God bless you all and your families. And then Brennan Fausto, let's go, veteran warfighters. Good evening, all. And then number one. Oh, wait, he says you're number one. And then I sent some photos to Jose. Wait for him to pull it up. Oh, yes, I know. It's a lot. I'm so sorry. It was 3 long days. What did you want me to do?
What was 3 long days?
Our symposium, HMI's 4th annual Veteran Symposium, with the theme Veterans Matter.
Yes.
Access, awareness, and advocacy. We have this cool book that we made. And then we had our mission, follow us, and then we had all of the schedules.
Was that the registry on the first page?
Yes, that was the registry.
So they could do all that, huh?
They could. And then we had this cool resource page.
Oh, wow.
And then we had this notes page so they can take notes. And then we had our sponsors in the back.
Yeah, who are some of our sponsors? Let's talk
some
about
of our
those
sponsors,
guys.
Ambrose Inc., and then College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences at the University of Guam for letting us use the lecture hall.
Yes, thank you to the president and
Miss
Dr.
Katie.
Charlene also, right?
Yes, Charlene Bamba Santos.
Eman, yes,
he was doing our
technical
visuals.
guy.
Yes. And then Amentum, Chuck Hazard, JTC Services, Hezbollah Family Medical Clinic, the Most Services, American Legion, Domino's. And then they offered to do coffee for us each day.
Domino's did, right?
Yes, Domino's did. And then, of course, our radio show. And then the dugout, they catered.
Yeah, that was
the
Drew,
food.
right?
Oh, my God, that food was so good.
Yes.
Also, that's a veteran-owned business because
Yes.
Drew's a veteran. So we had, I think the first day we had fried chicken. Second day we had meatloaf, and the third day we had barbecue chicken. Oh my God, so good!
But then we also had more food.
We did. That was donated by or made by George and Julie Perez and Joe and Maria Pineda.
Yes,
and then Bella Wings, and then Pitbull Empire. We had the queens, the beauty queens, helping at the registration table.
That's right.
Yeah, that was amazing. We had man, there was so much awesome stuff. I don't even know, like, where do you even start?
Oh, yes. So, well, we start by just doing what you did there, right? We talk about who was there. So we had the governor, you know, talking about, you know, what goes on in the government of Guam. She talked about talking to the secretary of the VA and trying to get us a wing over at the new hospital she's trying to build up at Manilao. So, as I always say, right, if anybody wants to give us something, we'll just say thank you. And, you know, we sincerely appreciate that they're looking out for us. And hopefully that can come a little sooner. In the meantime, we'll just keep taking all the license plates that they give us, right? I mean, you know, when you really look at it, right, is it truly license plates that we're after? You know, could we do more for our veterans? Are we doing more? And I think the answer is yes, right? And when we say that, we had folks from DISID, right? And here's the thing. There's DISID in the government of Guam, and they get money to take care of veterans. And they were trying to do something with the Guam Fire Department to create this registry. And here we are back at registry again. So interestingly, they were putting something together so that in the event a veteran needs to call for assistance, the fire department will know that this is a disabled veteran. But it looks like that program never went through. So if we got anybody from the fire department out there listening, please tell us where that money went, because we need to try to find out what happened to this registry that we were supposed to put together, because that might help our veterans. Maybe we didn't put the system in place, but if you already started some groundwork, that would be helpful to get to. If another government of Guam agency doesn't want to work on it, give it to me, and I will take care of it. I'll find a way to get some veterans together, and we'll figure it out ourselves. We'll sit down, we'll buy coffee, and we'll start doing check marks about, hey, this is how many veterans we have on this island. So, you know, if you're out there and you're listening to this, we need to get our numbers together. But there's more on that on the other side of the hour that I'll talk about. But back to the symposium. GSAT was there?
So the first day we had, it opened it up with Dr. Shirlene Bamba.
Yes.
And one of the requests that we had, since it was held at UOG, was, can you give us an update or tell us what your enrollments are by veterans? Oh, yes, we need to go on a break. We need to go on break. Thank you, Jose. That's why we have such a great producer, because he reminds us and keep us on track.
Are you just trying to get him on your side?
But we can talk forever.
You know, I think he likes me better.
Okay. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. We'll be right back.
All right.
Get ready to rock for a cause. Join us for Rock Aid 14 happening August 20th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Hard Rock Cafe in Tumon.
Enjoy great live music, food, and raffle prizes, all to support the Salvation Army's programs right here in our community.
Tickets are $70 per person and available at Graphics Center in Tamuning, the Salvation Army office in Tidzin, or online. Just scan the QR code posted at all Payless Market locations to purchase your tickets digitally.
Don't miss Rock Aid 14, because together we rock for hope.
This message brought to you by the stations of Choice Broadcasting. Travel goals unlocked. Whether it's Korea in the summer or Japan in the fall, the United Credit Card from First Hawaiian Bank can help you turn your urge to explore into your next boarding pass. Apply by October 31st, 2025, and if approved, earn 45,000 bonus miles when you spend $2,000 within the first 3 months after account opening. Unlock your next adventure with the First Hawaiian Bank United Credit Card. It all starts with yes. Terms and conditions apply. To learn more, visit one of our branches or go to fhb.com/united.
Fox Facts. Who can resist sinking their teeth into a slice of pizza piled high with tangy tomato sauce, gooey cheese, and all your favorite toppings? For some, the unique blend of pineapple with ham and/or bacon, famously known as Hawaiian pizza, is an irresistible choice. However, despite its name, this culinary creation has no roots in Hawaiian cuisine. It was the brainchild of Sam Panopoulos, a Greek-Canadian chef who, in 1962, experimented with canned pineapple as a pizza topping at his Ontario restaurant. Inspired by the sweet and sour flavors of Chinese cuisine, Panopoulos introduced this unconventional combination, creating this now iconic pizza. He called it Hawaiian after the brand of canned pineapple he used. Although it might be an acquired taste for some, Hawaiian pizza has firmly established itself as a favorite in pizzerias worldwide. Matt Murphy, Fox News.
And we're back. So we wanted to, you said you wanted to touch on the photos one more time. So you were talking about who we had. I wanted to talk about First Command. So we had 3 display tables, no more than 3. We had First Command, we had Live Well on Guam, we had Guam Red Cross, we had ESGR, and we had Social Security.
Live Well also had a table?
Yes, Live Well had a table all 3 days.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it was, so we couldn't eat inside the lecture hall, which was great because all the veterans took their food outside. They went to the atrium and they were just having conversations.
Yes. And you don't have anything like that where you get a bunch of veterans together and have them start sharing their experiences and, you know, having that, building that togetherness and being a community, you know. We don't have that on this island. So doing that was huge, right? And we do this every year. And by the way, everyone that came this year, we invited back for next year. So if you miss this year's, they're going to have next year. And I think in the beginning of the year, we're still going to follow the summit, right? Because that was requested by the veterans to do the summit. So you might catch the summit. We haven't planned that one yet, but of course the symposium's going to happen again.
Yes.
It'll be number 5.
Yes. So we also did the Year of the Veteran Registry, which we're going to do. We're going to do the drawing, Jose. Please don't let us forget about it for the cooler. We've been trying to do it, but we've been so busy the past few weeks.
You know, whenever there's something that
what?
Okay.
Here tonight on the show?
Yes, we have our raffle tickets here to give away a cooler for veteran of the Year of the Veteran Registry. So all the veterans that come and register, we have their name on a raffle ticket, and we pull a name each month to give away a cooler.
Each month?
So we need to catch up on August. This one's for July.
Well, you better hurry.
I know. But look, there's ESGR, Miss Angel V-Bar, but then we had the speakers, and then we had Marvin Crisostomo come visit us.
Senator Jesse Lujan's office.
Yes, there was just so many people, honestly. Yeah. It was 3 long days. And one of the ones I did want to, touch on, I know you talked about First Command, they thank you to James Harpin. Every day he gave away a gift certificate.
Yes.
At the end of the day, thank you, First Command and James Harpin. Then we also had Ms. Wendy Schwartz.
Oh, yes.
So that was a really good one because she talked about, PTSD awareness, suicide awareness, SAVE. Steps to take. She offered her information, and she's going to come to Guam, and hopefully she'll be able to attend our next benefits boot camp in PD on September 9, 10, 11.
All right. And if anybody out there needs a gun lock, give us a call. Come see us wherever we're at, and we'll take care of that. So these gun locks were also part of what she was doing, as well as the other folks that are doing some work out here. So, while there are folks that are doing, suicide awareness out there aside from us, it's not our main thing, but, gun locks are an important part of this. So keeping up with why people should be talking about gun locks is something that's very important. So we have gun locks, and that's part of what the program is supposed to be pushing out. So if you're into suicide prevention and, suicide awareness, you should be issuing out gun locks. And while that is not our mainstay, it's part of what we do when we meet all the veterans. So, we're a direct part of all these things. And just like Dr. K, Dr. Akoma, right? These are veterans. These folks are veterans. They're doctors. They're offering their services, and they're finding ways to help veterans. They still got to make a living, so these things can't be free. But our folks that get money in from sources outside of Guam, they can use that money to help maybe take care of our veterans in some way, shape, or form. So, we got to do things like that. So back to our symposium.
Right.
So the veterans were allowed to ask questions at the symposium.
And they did.
And that's a huge part of what we need to talk about. You do not get these leaders on a platform and start asking them questions. But we were able to do that. Now, unfortunately, there were only several leaders or a few leaders that were able to get up there and speak, right? So the governor got up there and spoke.
Right.
And the governor has done this, and she's come to all of our symposium. Every single one. Her and the lieutenant governor had made it out to talk to veterans about what's going on. This is the time for veterans to be asking the questions. You can't go anywhere else and ask people questions and get an answer in front of everybody about, hey, what should be happening. So she gave answers. She stood there for a while and started giving them out, right? The answers that she knew. We found out through the symposium that the number they're talking about is like 25,000 as far as our count is concerned. But we got a different number when the congressman was up there. So I believe he said that 20,000 is the number from DOD. Now, this is important, and I'll tell you why. One of our veterans that we helped, and this is why we have to continue to stay together, work together, and share this information. And not just be all on your own, doing your own thing with a little tiny group and, not really sharing the information. Because if you're only taking care of yourselves, that's all it's going to take care of. We as veterans need more help. Now, here's the deal, and we need to do it collectively. Eugene, Oregon population of about 170,000 people, almost the size of Guam. Our veteran from here went there, 2-story building, 5 times the size of our current CBOC. So tell me again that it's a numbers game. It's not about numbers. We have more people here on this island, or just about the same, and we don't get a 2-story building double 5 times, 10 times the size that would be, right? Because it's not just the first floor, it's a second story. And they got all the services there with less veterans than we have.
Yes.
Tell me again, it's a numbers game. It is not a numbers game. Chico, California, Chino, California, and now Eugene, Oregon. Please stop telling me it's a numbers game, and let's get something for our veterans out here. So anyhow, back to this symposium.
Are you sure?
Well, just for now. But we want our veterans to know that, right?
Yes,
Because this is very important.
Yes.
And why is it that we have to go to Eugene, Oregon from one of the veterans that is helping us, right? We help this veteran and they bring us this information. They go off island and get the information and bring it back. Nobody else is talking about it. Why? Is it a secret? No, it's not a secret. We need to tell them it's not about numbers. So start helping the veterans here on Guam. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So that was during the day, during the morning.
Right.
Then we took lunch, and then afternoon we started our benefits boot camp number 44.
That's right.
So this was the only benefits boot camp that HMI holds that was during the day.
That's correct.
So we saw a lot of veterans who told us, "Oh, I can't make your nighttime benefits boot camp because I don't drive at night." So we saw a lot of those. Those are the ones that made it. And then at the same time, I also saw other veterans post, after the stories were, were posted by other news outlets that, hey, I wish I knew, no one told me. But I think we did a lot of media surrounding pushing this out, and I guess we're just not hitting everyone, because some were saying I would have been there if I had known. So I guess maybe next symposium we really got to hit everything, because we touched all the media outlets.
We had a huge ad. Thank you to the Post for doing that for us, right?
And to Nestor.
Yeah,
and then we also got interviewed by KPRG.
That's right.
So
KUM came out.
and then we
it's on
have
our
this
podcast.
radio show, right, Jose? It's like, if you didn't know about the symposium, I think you were hiding under a rock somewhere.
What? Go ahead.
Jose was going to say something.
No. You guys are doing a great job.
Okay.
Well, I mean, and sometimes, right, it's something that they say because, veterans are quite busy and they have their lives to live, which is...
Well, it was during the day, and if you were still working, then you would have to taken leave, right? So...
And I think it's well worth it, right? I mean, right now... we're the ones that are bringing in some funding. So if you're a leader and you're listening, right, if you're giving money and there's no return of your investment from our coffers, and we're doing things that brings money into the island, maybe we want to start considering, shouldn't we improve this program that we have with HMI? If HMI is taking care of veterans and these veterans' lives are being improved, they're getting more funding, and the money goes into the economy, it creates jobs. Wow. Wouldn't that be a nice thing to... What if we can duplicate what HMI is doing, give them more money and double what they're doing? Maybe we'll get more money. And how much money did you bring in since the beginning of the year?
Over 400,000.
Over 400,000. Please tell me somebody else that's bringing in 400,000 into the island. And here's the difference. That money came in as of June. Is that correct?
No, January.
From January to June, is that, or July?
To July.
January to July. Now, here's the thing. That's just the money that we've assisted veterans when we tell them to own their claim and go file their claim. That's the money that's come into the island. So what does that mean? That means every month for the rest of the lives of these veterans, $400,000 comes in. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right?
Every month, tax-free for the rest of their lives.
That money keeps coming into the island every month.
And let's just share about Saturday.
Oh.
On Saturday, we had a veteran and we teach veteran how to use all of the technology, right? We taught them how to download the VA app. We teach them how to log in online because
create their accounts.
Believe it or not, this is your claim. You don't need anyone to do this for you. You can do it yourself.
So that means they're doing it. Now,
Yes,
do the
they are.
VSOs tell them that or no?
I don't think so.
And then other people that are a little bit jealous, right, will say, oh, they can't do that. Well, veterans can file their own claim.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And they don't want anybody to help them, but these same people saying, oh, you can't help them, won't come out and help them.
So let me share. So Saturday, we had a veteran spouse, because a lot of spouses get involved. She showed us, hey, is this right? Is he really 100%? And he is 100%.
Well,
so
but how did we know that? She opened their...
She opened his account,
their
his app on her phone.
And that's theirs, right?
That's theirs,
Did you go in there by yourself?
I did not.
It's
no.
their account, right?
It is,
So
yeah.
that means veterans can do this on their own.
All
oh
by
my
themselves.
gosh.
So she went and looked, and he was 100%. And then when she logged in on a computer, because you can see more on a computer, and then we went to show her, how much money she would be getting, and then we saw that giant dollar figure of $130,000 back pay.
So wait a minute. That was just Saturday?
That was just Saturday.
And this is August. Now, that's a one-time thing, right? It looks like it's back pay, correct?
Yes, it was back pay.
So that won't be repeated every month.
No, but they will be getting every month $4,044.31.
And more importantly, though, right? Mm-hmm. Please tell me who else is bringing $130,000 to an individual on this island, and why are we not promoting this even more? Why are we not getting our veterans?
Because of all the naysayers. There's a lot of naysayers out there. But I'm telling you, I want to bring all these hundreds of veterans to the Veteran Commission meeting and tell them HMI is not charging a dime for what we do and what we help veterans.
I'm a little bit disappointed about your commission.
I know.
You know why?
It's not my commission.
I recently heard that there are folks on that commission, and whoever's in charge of that commission and those in charge of the people in that commission need to start retracting their statements about who's supposed to be on that commission. And you can run and try and fix the mistakes that you made, but it's blatant and it's out there. You did not do your work. And I'm not saying this because I want to say bad things about you. It's the truth.
Oh, you're talking about them being a vetted nonprofit veteran organization?
There are a bunch of people that they make sit on a table, pushing away a lot of other organizations, and yet those very people on those seats are actually revoked for their nonprofit status. Wow. Listen to this. They are revoked. One more time, if you're on that commission and your nonprofit status is revoked, that means you are not a nonprofit. You don't get to tell people they cannot be on a commission if you don't even have your own nonprofit status.
Right, and we'll talk more about that when we come back from the break.
All right.
You're listening to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. You can call into 671-888-TALK. We'll be right back.
Celebrating the 176-year anniversary of American President Lines, APL is a trusted partner to the U.S. government and its military. Our U.S.-flagged vessels are proud to provide ocean transportation, logistics, and critical mission support worldwide, and most especially to our local partners right here on Guam and Saipan. APL has an extensive network that connects your shipping needs to anywhere in the world. The APL Guam team is dedicated and are here to help you. Call 588-4651 or visit apl.com. APL, global presence with a local home.
Listen to The Point anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Find your favorite stations like The Point and discover more. Music stations, local and trusted news sources, sports talk and team coverage, plus today's biggest podcasts. Find it all on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
And we're back. So before we get any further, we want to do this drawing. So Anthony, do you want to scoot back just a little bit, just a tad, and then show them so this is for all the veterans who have registered for Year of the Veteran County Registry since July. We'll do one for August, but we have to get the tickets ready. So if you want to pull one. Yay, this is for a tack cooler. Okay, you got one. Who does it say? Can you show up to the camera? Who is it?
It says
I can't see.
Ed Marion.
Ed Marion, yay! I think he came to visit us at
He was at the
Again Shopping Center. Oh, at the symposium. Yes. Congratulations, Ed. Come see us on Wednesday to pick up that cooler, and we'll do the next one for August. All right, thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Ed. Okay.
I feel like the lottery.
I know, right? That's so fun. So, it's like Anthony said, like, is it really a numbers game? If it's not a numbers game, let's get those numbers up, I always say that, the congressman did say 20,000 at the symposium, but we need to find out where he got that number from because, there are different numbers. There's Veteran Benefit Administration and Veteran Healthcare Administration. If we have a lot of veterans receiving their benefits, maybe some of them are not using healthcare, and we want to push them to use the community-based outpatient clinic, that little clinic outside Naval Hospital, because we need our numbers to get up. I know you're saying it doesn't meet the numbers, but at the same time, we want them to know there's this many veterans on the island. Let me read some of the comments. There's a lot of comments here. Buenas, Dan Hafade, Tony, Karina, HMI team, it's Ike Beneventi, and then James Nangauta, Hafade, good job, comrades.
What's up,
and
Remy?
then we had Jean Flores. Just curious, was there a drawing for a Tacker Yeti cooler on the third and final day of the symposium? Thank you. Hi, Jean. No. So that was for August. So we just did the July one. We're going to do the one for August. And then Jean Flores said, I'm glad I attended the 3-day symposium. I didn't know DISID and Cedars offered such assistance for veterans.
Very good. And that's something that we talk about, right? So, there's...
I'm still reading the comments, but yes.
There's so much that we can give to our veterans.
Yes. And Jean Flores says, I think there are other important matters that need to be done for our veterans than just veteran license plates. And then we have Marvin Azeki. Good evening, HMI. Jean Flores, I continue to hear that the problem Guam is having when it comes to veterans is the numbers. I remember they touched on the topic briefly. But one way to get that needed data would be to get agencies such as DRT, DMV, and driver's license, which Anthony has been saying for a long time. Veterans Affairs Office in ASEN, as well as the TIZN office. Well, the Veterans Office in ASEN, the way that they track numbers is take a piece of paper and then file it in a cabinet. Senator Mancinani, she did a visit on that and she publicized it. And then have those agencies collect data on how many of their licensed drivers, holders, and those vehicles registered to a veteran, and give that information to the congressman's office so he and his staff can present it and push for more funding. That's a great idea. But I don't agree with the Veterans Affairs Office because we've already seen the status of their record keeping. Jean Flores says, I'm sure there's more than one way to gather data, which is why HMI and the Assistance of Task Force and the governor proclaimed 2025 Year of the Veteran County Registry. So that is why we keep pushing these numbers. That's why we just give a cooler away, because maybe more veterans will come out and want to win a cooler, but at the same time, they're going to register. And then our registry is all online, no paper. That way we can pull numbers at any given time. Jean Flores shared a YouTube video. He says, start watching at 5:12. It talks about our island's veterans and where the island ranks when it comes to funding for veterans. Vil Mui, is that how you say his name? HMI is doing a great job empowering veterans on Guam.
Thank
you.
Vil. Thanks, Jean.
Yes, but those are real comments from veterans and not our comments. Yeah. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I have a question.
Sure.
Yes.
I might have asked this before, but I think I'm still confused about the Veterans Affairs Office and the transition from the Philippines to possibly Guam. It's still up in the air. Yes.
So what the congressman said, because he came to our symposium and talked, and then we also went to his town hall that night. What he said was the funding was not there to fund the Manila office, so why not bring it back to U.S. soil? Well, I guess it didn't get pushed through right away, but what he did push for was a 1-year study, and then push it to Guam. So that's what his fight is for.
My second question is, this Veterans Affairs Office or liaison office, does it include a medical facility or is it just a consultation?
That's what I just said. So earlier, Anthony read, right, the tip for the week, right, what VBA is and what it isn't. So the VA is made up of 3 administrations. Veteran Benefit Administration, which the veterans get money every month for their service-connected disabilities and education and health and schooling. The second one is Veteran Health, where they go get all their medical appointments taken care of. The third one is Veteran Cemetery. The office that the congressman would like to bring here is the Veteran Benefit Office. That has nothing to do with medical, not at all.
So what was, I know a lot of veterans have gone to the Philippines instead of Hawaii to go to this office. What was the benefit of doing that as opposed to going to Hawaii?
What office is that? The Veteran Benefit Office?
The one that's being closed.
Because they'll go there because they said they get their decisions faster. So we're just not sure because we don't have the data. Some veterans will come back and say it, but is that just one veteran? Is that 10 veterans? Is that 100 veterans? We don't have the data.
Interesting. Okay, very good. Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about a medical facility, and I think this clears it up.
Yes. They're two different things.
And this is also why we have to be very inclusive when it comes to veterans. Everybody has to come together. We need to stop pushing people away from, oh, this and that, right? Yeah, we can all have our pride for our different organizations and do that. But in the end, coming together is important. And then having the resources, talking about the things that are there for the veterans, it's never happened before on the island. So doing these types of things gets us to that point, right? And it also helps our people to see what really is happening so that our veterans can say, look, this is going on, that's going on, and then they can make the decision about, wow, maybe we need to go to this place because this is where we get the most help. And hopefully that becomes what's going to be the catalyst to get the other places in the government to do what they're supposed to be doing. So a couple of things, right? So we talked about the Eugene, Oregon piece. Now, we also need to talk about the fact that Congressman Bost talked about the rural areas in the United States having issues. We've spoken to a lady who used to work in Hawaii, and they're having issues. So what it tells me is it's not isolated on this island that we have issues, and so does everybody else. The big challenge is we do not have the resources to say, hey, congressman, go find me money, because our congressman falls into committees and does not get to vote on, hey, this is something where I can put my vote in and get funding to come to the island. So this is why we have to really work it together and not make, we need more help than what we have here. Because if the United States has a problem and Hawaii has a problem, these folks are given resources already, and they have the corporate fundings from those that are trying to take advantage of offsetting their taxes through donating to 501c3s. If we can start getting that to happen to our folks here on Guam and get more resources, I think we'll be doing a whole lot better out here. But it can't be that we don't get anything and everybody else is saying, well, you don't get it because we got problems. So because I'm so far away, they're having problems, I should have a problem too. But that doesn't equate. When you're a state, you get more funding than we do as a territory. So maybe we need to start making it what's good for the states should be good for the territories. And the only way we do that is by bringing more focus to what's going on. And I think we need to go ask for more help, because I don't think we're asking anybody out there for help. And if we are, maybe we need to ask even more. So stop asking for license plates and let's ask for even more so that we'll get more than just a license plate. Maybe we'll get a vehicle.
Oh, but he passed that one. The vehicle assistance. Yes. The congressman did the vehicle. So remember we talked about that, the HR, I forgot what the HR was. Yeah. But anyways, so another important thing was we had the mayor of Inarajan come and talk about, the VA telehealth. Yeah. And that he has that room down there for them. You know, and so if veterans don't want to travel to the CBOC, they can go there. We had Guam Behavioral talk about 98. That was amazing. That was a really good presentation.
Yes.
And then we also had the Elder Justice Center come and talk.
That's right.
And that was a very popular speaker because just before that, a veteran called me and was like, "Hey, Karina, where can I go get a will done?" Yeah. And, you know, and like I told you, we had that resource page. So we included on the resource page right here, we put the Elder Justice Center. They do power of attorneys, last will and testament, living will, guardianship advice, and more. And is that Gov Guam? Are they Gov Guam? Or are they a nonprofit?
Yeah, it's kind quasi, because they fall under the public defender.
Oh, okay, okay.
Alternate public defender.
Okay, and
I'm correct.
Right. So that was a really good one, and I hope
we had Auntie
get
Bobby
to,
out there.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Yeah.
Auntie Bobby Taitsino.
The grief.
The giving grief a voice.
Yes.
And I remember Tom Addis saying you could hear a pin drop in the room.
Yeah, and she's been to us before, and the reason why she's kind of popular is because she's in charge of Johnny Atulai and the Vet Talk, right? She's in charge of Johnny and Charlie.
They're gonna love to hear that. What? Auntie Bobby in charge? But before we get off, next week we're gonna have Fernando Hunt for VA home loans.
Yes.
And then our next benefit boot camp, reach out to us to register. Boot Camp 45 in PD Mayor's office.
Yeah. So Uncle Johnny wanted to make sure I talked about my closing statements that if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
All right. We'll see you all next week.
All right.
Thank you.
See you guys. Thanks.
The Point is KUSG, Hagåtña, Guam, 93.3 FM and 104.3 HD3.
Another big meeting coming up at the White House. I'm Ted Lindner, Fox News. Ukraine's president will be joined by European allies in his visit to the White House today. This after President Trump's Friday summit with Russian President Putin in Alaska. Fox's Kevin Cork with more.
President Trump set to meet with Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House for high-stake talks on ending Russia's war in Ukraine. Top European and NATO leaders, including the UK's Prime Minister and France's President, also set to take part. They've been, in fact, rallying around Zelensky after he was excluded from Friday's summit in Alaska between Presidents Trump and Putin. This meeting comes as Trump's envoy claims progress is being made with Russia's leader. In fact, he says they've agreed to allow Ukraine security guarantees, and it's even discussing land swaps. Putin reportedly also wants to control the entire Donbass region.